Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. When the Denver Nuggets coach was fired, Lakers fans began asking coach Rob Pelinka to sign Nikola Jokic. Just thinking about this duo playing together in our beloved purple and yellow is chilling. The Lakers are in a position to fulfill the fans' request and sign Nikola Jokic. For that to happen, they will have to give up great players. But with Doncic and Jokic on the same team, you don't have to hold back. And just to remind you, LeBron James hasn't retired yet, in which case he will be a formidable and fearsome big three. Defenses from Western rivals will be dispelled with these three stars. Doncic, Jokic and LeBron together can provide more than 90 points per game. Postseason rumors: if Nikola Jokic asks for a trade, the Lakers are favorites to sign him. Though the NBA regular season is almost over and has been filled with jaw-dropping surprises, the Denver Nuggets decided to drop one more massive surprise before the end of the season. The team announced on Tuesday that they have fired head coach Mike Malone and general manager Calvin Booth. The Nuggets are getting ready for a playoff run and they have just 3 games left in the regular season. Anything is possible, but it does feel like ownership has decided to punt on the season. That may not sit well with superstar center and 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic. He's not one to stir up drama, and it's difficult to see a scenario where he pushed ownership to make this move. If he's unhappy and the Nuggets get knocked out early in the playoffs, it's possible that he could seek a trade. Denver could also just decide to rebuild and trade Jokic for a haul. While the Nuggets likely don't want to do anything to help the Los Angeles Lakers, the purple and gold are the early betting favorites to trade for Jokic. He has a close relationship with Luka Doncic. FanDuel Sportsbook pitched a trade that would send Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dalton Knecht, a 2031 first-round pick and a 2028 first-round pick swap to the Nuggets for Jokic. Underscore 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 underscore. Would Nuggets make this trade? This trade would involve the Lakers giving up a ton for one player. Reeves is the team's third-best player while Hachimura and Finney-Smith are important rotation pieces. Knecht isn't making much of an impact now, but he's a rookie and has a bright future. That said, Jokic is the best player in the world, and pairing him with Doncic for the foreseeable future would keep the Lakers in the championship mix for several seasons. For the Nuggets, this would have to be an appealing offer. Reeves is a budding star and is only 26. All the players the Nuggets would get are under 30 outside of Finney-Smith. If the plan is to rebuild, these are some good pieces to build around. It's going to be difficult to get equal value for a player of Jokic's caliber, but this package of players could at least keep the team competitive while they try to find their next superstar. Underscore 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 underscore. Nuggets likely aren't trading Jokic. It's fun to speculate, but there's no reason to believe the Nuggets are shopping Jokic until they've found a new head coach and general manager. He also doesn't seem like he'd want to uproot his life to move somewhere like Los Angeles. It would have to come down to him simply wanting to play with Doncic. Now, as we saw with the Dallas Mavericks trading Doncic to the Lakers, it's impossible to know how every general manager feels about every player. The next Nuggets general manager may prefer to tear the roster down to the studs and start from scratch. The problem with that for the Lakers is that there are other good teams with more draft capital that could have interest in Jokic. The Oklahoma City Thunder would be able to offer a massive package to the Nuggets if Jokic is put on the market. Lakers emerge as betting favorite to land Nikola Jokic after Michael Malone firing. The Denver Nuggets stunned the NBA on Tuesday afternoon when they abruptly fired head coach Michael Malone and general manager Calvin Booth. Now, all eyes are on the future of superstar center Nikola Jokic, and if the team decides to move on from him as well, the Los Angeles Lakers have quickly emerged as the favorite to land him. Despite having some notable holes on their roster, the Nuggets have posted a 47-32 record this season, which is currently good for the number 4 seed in the Western Conference. That wasn't enough to save Malone or Booth, with internal organizational tension reportedly leading Denver to clean house. The Denver Nuggets fired head coach Michael Malone and said they would not extend general manager Calvin Booth's contract Tuesday, just days before the end of the regular season. David Adelman, the Nuggets' lead assistant, will take over as head coach for the remainder of the season, Ohm Youngmisuk wrote for ESPN shortly after the news broke. Malone is the only head coach that Jokic has played for during his time in the NBA, and the pair built a close bond over the years. If he forces his way out of town, or if the Nuggets decide to blow up their roster, the Lakers have emerged as the betting favorite to land the perennial MVP candidate. The Lakers are the favorites to be Nikola Jokic's next team, per Bovada. Los Angeles Lakers plus 500 KK Megabasket plus 600 KK Joker plus 800 Toronto Raptors plus 1000 Los Angeles Clippers plus 1200 Golden State Warriors plus 1800 Oklahoma City Thunder plus 2500 Brooklyn Nets plus 2800 Miami Heat plus 2800 Orlando Magic plus 5000. One star on the Lakers has been quite the get for them, as he has completely reshaped their identity, and is crucial to the way they play. The Los Angeles Lakers are high in confidence right now. Their win over the Oklahoma City Thunder was a statement to the rest of the NBA that they are absolutely legit. The Lakers held the Thunder to under 100 points, something only 2 other teams have done this season. J.J. Redick credited Luka Doncic for his massive performance on the night. LeBron James took responsibility for the defensive improvement by the Lakers, noting that he had to marshal the side based on his experience. But a closer look at the statistics shows that the defense has been reliant on one key star. And it's not LeBron James, nor is it Austin Reeves. Dorian Finney-Smith had a brilliant game against the Thunder, ending the night with a game-high plus 28 in the box score. But the truth is, he has been doing this all season. According to the Basketball Index, Dorian Finney-Smith has been the best rotation player in the NBA since he joined the Lakers in December. In fact, he is adept at guarding all 5 positions. Here is a breakdown of the percentage of time he spends guarding all positions and his success in doing so. At 6 feet 7 inches, Finney-Smith is a versatile, athletic wing who brings an incredible defensive stature to the Lakers. These stats show just how valuable he is to J.J. Redick's side. These numbers prove that Redick has put a lot of trust in Dorian Finney-Smith. And that trust has been rewarded, as the Lakers play brilliantly defensively whenever he is on the court. Finney-Smith might be the most important defender on the Lakers. He and Jared Vanderbilt are the 2 players lauded for their wing defense on the team. Heading into the playoffs, Redick will need both of them to step up for the Lakers. The Western Conference is no joke, and if the Lakers want to make it out of the West, their defense will be key. Lakers Nation Roundtable, preferred first-round opponent in 2025 NBA playoffs. The final week of the regular season is here, which means the start of the 2025 NBA playoffs are just around the corner for the Los Angeles Lakers. And despite that being the case, the Western Conference standings are nowhere close to being sorted out. The Oklahoma City Thunder have clinched the number 1 seed and the Houston Rockets have the inside track for the number 2 seed. The Lakers are next in line and control their destiny for the 3rd seed, needing just 2 wins in their final 4 games to get it. After that though, there are 5 teams with 32 losses fighting for seeds 4 to 8. Everyone wants to avoid the play-in tournament, of course, but realistically, the Lakers' first-round opponent could be any of the Golden State Warriors, Denver Nuggets, Los Angeles Clippers, Minnesota Timberwolves, or Memphis Grizzlies. Out of all of those teams, the Grizzlies are clearly the most desirable first-round opponent for all of the top seeds. After being the 2 seed for a majority of the year, the Grizzlies have slid down the standings and recently fired their coach. Despite them having a lot of young talent, no one is afraid to play Memphis in the postseason. So for the sake of making the latest Lakers Nation roundtable an interesting one, we left the Grizzlies out and all selected our preferred first-round opponent for LA in the 2025 NBA playoffs. Daniel Starkan, at @DStarkand. I think of the listed teams, the Timberwolves would be the best first-round matchup for the Lakers. Luka Doncic has abused Rudy Gobert in their past matchups, and the Lakers have the perimeter defenders to slow down Anthony Edwards. Oddly enough, I think the Timberwolves are one of the best overall teams among these choices and have been playing really good basketball down the stretch, but styles make fights and they just do not match up that well with this version of the Lakers. Ron Gutterman, at RonGutterman24. I think the Clippers would be the most favorable matchup for the Lakers in the first round. Both teams are constructed relatively similarly. Two star players surrounded by a strong third option and 3-and-D depth. The Clippers have the advantage with Zubac over Jackson Hayes, but the Lakers are stronger just about everywhere else. I don't see Kawhi Leonard and James Harden having enough in the tank to outduel LeBron and Luka for 7 games. Corey Hansford, at @TheCoreyH. I might be a little crazy considering recent history, but I would love for the Lakers to face the Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs. Yes, part of this has to do with the fact that I really just want the Lakers to finally exact some revenge on the team that has eliminated them in the last 2 playoffs. But despite the all-time greatness of Nikola Jokic, the Nuggets are the most vulnerable of the other potential opponents aside from Memphis, having lost 7 of their last 10 games. They also just fired their coach Michael Malone. Jamal Murray is still a giant question mark with his health, and even when he's been on the court, he hasn't been anywhere near the level of player he has been against the Lakers in the past. Additionally, the Nuggets don't have the depth of previous teams, and I'll gladly take my chances against the likes of Jalen Pickett, Peyton Watson, and Julian Strawther. As Shannon Sharp would say, Joker, choker, poker, Lakers in 5. Matthew Peralta, at _Matthew Peralta. I think the Clippers would be the best first-round opponent for the Lakers for a few reasons. The first reason being I think the combination of LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves is a lot to handle for any opponent, and I like the advantages that the trio can create against the Clippers. Second, not having to travel far between games and not playing every other day would work in the Lakers' favor being the older team. We saw how brutal their March schedule was and how that impacted their performance, so less travel and more days off in between bodes well for them to advance. Third, I think winning a playoff series would finally quiet some noise about LA being remotely close to a Clippers town.